and welcome back to my channel. Or if this is your first time visiting, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be 5 beginner makeup tips. I do not consider myself a pro by any means. These are just a few tips that I would have found helpful when I started getting into makeup myself. So I thought I would share them with you guys and anybody who is just getting into the makeup industry. There's a lot to know and it can be very overwhelming if you don't even know where to start. So these are just a few tips to help you get started. I have them written down on my little paper here, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. My thoughts tend to get scattered. It's a problem. So I had to write them down so that this video did not turn out to be a hot mess. Have you ever been trying to apply eyeshadow or something and you found that no matter what you do, it just doesn't stick to your eyelid? Well, I have a solution for you. Primer. Primer is like the Velcro that helps the product stick. Primer is like the Velcro that helps the product stick to your face or your eyelids or wherever you're trying to put it. There are different types of primers. There are eye primers and face primers and lip primers. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But I'm mostly referring to eye primer. Face primer is important as well, but if you're not getting into face products just yet, eye primer is a really good place to start if you're going to start out by experimenting with eyeshadows and different eye looks. Siri's going off. So a few eye primers that I have found that I really like. I have one high-end and one drugstore. The high-end one that I like is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. There are different types of eye primers. This is one of them. It's just like I don't even know what kind of consistency you would call this, but it's like creamy, I guess. I believe it's $24, but they also have a little travel size that you can get for $12. Honestly, you could start out with that little one because this stuff lasts forever. You don't need very much because I mean your eyelids aren't that big. I just put a little dab on my ring finger and I apply it from my lower lash line all the way up to my brow bone because I put eyeshadow all over my eyes, so I want to put it wherever I'm going to be putting eyeshadow so that it will stick. And then there is another kind. This is one that I picked up when I was doing my e.l.f. haul. This is the e.l.f. primer and liner sealer. It's like a stick, almost like a lipstick kind of, and you just apply that right onto your eyelid and then you just rub it in like that. I prefer the creamy kind just because I feel like it rubs in a little bit better and a little smoother, and the stick kind still works as well. Your eyeshadows blend into it just as well. I just feel like they're thicker, so they're a little bit heavier on your eyelid. Either one is gonna get the job done though. The e.l.f. one I believe is $3. You can get it at any place that carries e.l.f. products like Target or CVS or Walmart. I believe they also have a cream one, more like the Urban Decay one, for $1. I've never tried that one, but either one I'm sure will get the job done. Drugstore or high-end, either way, these are a good thing to have. If you have oily skin, you're going to want to look for products that are oil-free. So your moisturizers, your foundations, your primers, oil-free is key when it comes to getting these things. There are certain foundations and things like that that don't say they're oil-free that I haven't really had a problem with, but I still always prefer to get oil-free if it's available. Anything that's oil-free is going to keep you a lot less shiny. A face primer that I really like that is oil-free, this one is a high-end one. It's by Smashbox. I've talked about it in a few of my videos now. I'll link the videos in the cards where I've talked about this so you can kind of get a little bit more in-depth description of it. It's the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This one is oil-free and it does a great job at keeping my foundation on and in place, and it really helps control my oils throughout the day, so I really like this one. It is a pricey one. I think the full-size bottle of this is, I want to say $38, so it's pretty pricey, but I definitely think that it's worth it. But you don't have to go out and buy the most expensive primer you can find. So a drugstore one that I really like is this Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. This one is a good example of one that doesn't say anything about it being oil-free. I haven't noticed that it makes me really oily or shiny when I use it, so I mean, it's really just kind of an experimenting game, but like I said, for the most part, I do like to stick with oil-free if I can find it. I just haven't found a drugstore primer that's oil-free that works that I really like, so but this is a good one in my opinion. Okay, for foundations, a few that I found that I really like. They're mostly drugstore, surprisingly. The first one that's one of my favorites that I talked about in my September favorites video, nope, scratch that. I talked about it in my fall haul video. It has definitely become one of my favorites since purchasing it. The Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation. I've come to really like Maybelline's products. I have just found myself purchasing a lot of them recently, especially their Fit Me Matte and Poreless stuff. I love it. It's all oil free, which is perfect. And I don't know, I just find that it works really well. And it's one of the cheaper drugstore brands, so that's definitely a plus. Okay, and then a high-end one that I found that I've liked, it's very high-end because it's very expensive. It is the Hourglass Immaculate foundation. This stuff is interesting. It's a liquid powder foundation, so it comes out and goes on as a liquid, but then it dries as a powder, and it's really mattifying. So this is a really good stuff. For the most part, I find that it keeps me matte most of the time while I'm using it. I have really oily skin, so that's just what I'm familiar with. If you don't have oily skin, you're honestly, first of all, you're very lucky. I know that dry skin is a problem, but I would so much rather have dry skin and have to moisturize like crazy than have oily skin and constantly look like I'm shiny. This probably isn't very helpful for you if you have dry skin, but for my oily skin babes out there, I feel you. Tip number 3 is to clean your brushes if you use them. Keeping your brushes clean makes them look and feel better. I'm always amazed at how soft my brushes are after I clean them, especially if it's been a while. I know, I'm guilty. Sometimes I let my brushes go a little bit longer than I should before I clean them. The oils from your skin and the products that you use on the brushes can just build up, so it really is important to keep your brushes clean. If you're using dirty brushes all the time that always have oils and old product on it, it's definitely not going to help keep your skin clean, and clogged pores is what leads to a lot of acne, so that's definitely not going to help. A good brush cleaner that I have found that I really like is this Sephora Solid Brush Cleaner. This one is a little pricey because it does come from Sephora, obviously. It's really just a bar of soap, which seems really weird, but it works amazingly, especially if you use a beauty blender or any kind of like cosmetic sponge or anything like that. I really like the Sephora one because it comes with this cool little pink silicone pad thing. You put a little bit of water on the bar of soap, and then you dip your brush in it, and then you swirl it around on the little pink thing. It really helps to deep clean your brushes and get up in the bristles really good. This stuff is awesome because it rinses out really easily and it's practically effortless. That's why I find this worth paying the money for. There are other daily brush cleaners out there that are usually just some kind of like spray. You spray it onto the brush and then swirl it around on a paper towel or some kind of towel. Those are good for when you're dipping between colors, like with your eye brushes or something, but it is recommended that you deep clean your brushes like once a week. Your skin will thank you for it. I did not realize how damaging it was to your skin to leave your makeup on overnight. Not only can it make your pillow really gross from wearing foundation, and then when you sleep on it, it like melts off your face, and so it makes your pillowcase gross, and it also is really bad for your skin. I mean, your skin needs to breathe once in a while. I don't even like to wear face makeup every day because it's really nice to just let my skin breathe and get the air that it needs to keep my pores from getting clogged all the time. Allowing your skin to breathe can also lead to you having clearer skin. Cleaning your brushes and taking your makeup off at night are huge, so important. Removing it at night can lead to clearer skin, less breakouts, and it lets your skin do the breathing that it needs to. So what I like to use to take my makeup off at night, just to keep it simple and easy, are these Up and Up makeup remover towelettes. I get them from Target, and I prefer these kind because they're paraben free, which I love. I really like things that are organic and made with natural ingredients and things like that, so paraben free is a huge plus to me. They're cheaper than, say, the Neutrogena kind, and I think these towelettes are really soft. They don't hurt my face when I wipe it off or anything like that. So, and these do take off even waterproof mascara. You have to be gentle, but it does get it off. So I just wipe off my eye makeup and my face makeup with these and make sure I get as much of the product off as I can. And then I go over with these Burt's Bees facial cleansing towelettes. I like to do that because I do feel like the makeup remover wipes are a little bit oily and they kind of leave my skin a little bit oily feeling. So I take one of these and I just go all over my face and kind of try to get any remaining makeup remover off. I've tried oil-free makeup remover and remover wipes before and they just don't work. So that does kind of go against my oil-free being key for oily skin thing, but that is the one thing that I found that you just have to go with non-oil free. But that's why I go with these. Burt's Bees products are organic and made with natural ingredients. These leave my face feeling soft and clean, so I loved these. Do not feel like you have to go to Sephora or Ulta and find the most expensive products to get started with, because you don't. You can get affordable brushes, foundations, and eyeshadows, all of that stuff, especially for starting out. Most of the products that I use on a day-to-day basis are drugstore. So there's a lot that I actually like more than high-end. Don't get me wrong, you definitely get what you pay for when you buy high-end products. They are usually better or longer lasting or better for your skin, but you do not have to buy those at first. For brushes, you can get e.l.f. Up and Up from Target or Real Techniques from Walmart or Ulta. You can find affordable brushes that are really nice. So you don't even have to go splurge on brushes. Eventually it is a good idea to splurge on brushes and get some really good high quality ones, but they still don't have to cost you your mortgage or your rent to buy brushes. So don't be afraid to start cheap. So that's all the tips that I have for you. Just a couple side notes though. When you're first starting out, don't expect everything to be perfect and go totally smoothly. You'll have days where you're just like, I quit because this is impossible. But it's really not. It just takes practice, as with any new thing that you're starting out. So just don't get discouraged and keep at it and you'll get there. Also, don't be afraid to try new products. If you're walking through a drugstore and you see something that looks interesting and has cute packaging, what the heck? Try it. You never know, it could turn out to be your next holy grail item. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below. I'd love to answer any questions if you have any. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on my future videos. And I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!